On this day, 27 years ago, we lost one of the greatest country and bluegrass musicians to ever live. Keith Whitley died May 9, 1989, at the age of 33, cutting short a career that at the time seemed destined for so much more musical greatness than he had already experienced. But Keith Whitley was more than a sentimental songwriter with a golden voice. He was a proud Eastern Kentuckian. He was one of us. And the legacy he left behind in his hometown of Sandy Hook is more powerful today than it's ever been. Overlooking one of the few roads running through Sandy Hook, Kentucky, is a statue, a monument of the man whose music began in this town of 600 people, but eventually reached around the world.
The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave.
Keith Whitley recorded 19 songs that made the Billboard country charts, including 5 straight #1 hits in the late 1980s. But nowhere was he more popular than his hometown. And if you're looking for evidence of that, you'll find it at the Frosty Freeze, a restaurant Whitley used to enjoy frequently, and where to this day some of his memorabilia is displayed. Keith Whitley has been gone for nearly 3 decades, but you still have all these posters and flyers up of him on your wall here.
And as long as I am in here, they will be up.
Why?
He's family.
Judy Pennington and her husband are longtime owners of the Frosty Freeze. Walking inside here is almost like traveling back to a time before Keith Whitley was a country music sensation and was simply Keith to those who knew him.
This is Lana and Keith. They had been dating for quite some time.
Your sister?
My sister, Lana.
And he's got his guitar with him.
And he has his guitar. Carried that guitar with him wherever he went, but I think he's got on his pointed-toed shoes. I told him one time he's going to have to cut them off. They were too pointed-toed.
Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me.
Whitley's music and memory stay alive thanks in part to this annual concert in Sandy Hook organized by the nonprofit Friends of Keith Whitley. His brother Dwight marvels at the number of people who come out to support Keith and his music all these years later.
Oh, they're still mourning over Keith. They lost their hero. I mean, they're honoring him all the time, you know, and Sandy Hook never forgot Keith. And I will say this, Keith never forgot Sandy Hook.
And now there's another monument by which to remember him. Bluegrass musician Scott Napier and artist Michael Young, both avid Keith Whitley fans, worked together to make this sign. Napier transported the sign from Hazard to Sandy Hook Saturday for the concert, where it was unveiled to the crowd and later installed.
We can't tell Keith personally, and he never got to see the impact. But it's just my way to show somebody. You know, he loved Sandy Hook. He always talked about Sandy Hook from the stages. You know, he thanked the people of Sandy Hook. So it's me thanking the people of Sandy Hook and Keith and his family.
But as Judy Pennington at the Frosty Freeze likes to point out, family had a broad definition to Keith Whitley, and she would know better than anyone. Because next to Whitley's statue is a grave, and that grave is where her son, her only child, Courtney, is buried. He died in October when his truck crashed. He was 32. When Courtney Pennington was a boy, Keith Whitley once asked him to take the stage and play with the band, and he did. And now Pennington rests in peace right next to the statue of the country music icon he admired more than anyone. Do you believe Keith Whitley and your son are playing together today?
Yes, sir, from the bottom of my heart. I know it. And every time I go to that cemetery, I tell them both that. I surely do.
What do you tell them?
I tell them to keep on playing the music. Stay together. That's what I tell them every time I go.
During Saturday's concert, Judy Pennington took the stage just like her son, and in his memory, she presented a check that will help provide college scholarships to kids who plan on pursuing careers in music. It's something that rescued her from overwhelming grief.
I didn't even speak to people, no disrespect, I couldn't. Well, all at once this has come up, it's brought me out of it. It has actually brought me out of it.
27 years after leaving this world, Keith Whitley is still lifting people up. His music remains timeless when time for some seems to run out too soon. But one thing that will never run out is the pride Sandy Hook and all of eastern Kentucky feels for the man who was no stranger to the rain.
I'm no stranger to the rain. Oh, I'm no stranger to the rain.